Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. It's sponsored by John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Going to roll over to Knox Catholic. And, Coach, I believe you got a win the other night. You was in a real battle, and you came away with a win as we bring on the head coach, Philip Shadowens.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, big win for us. It was a senior night. Got behind early. Gave up a score. Didn't execute very well on either side, and then scored before half. Made it 17-7 at half. I'll take it back. They kicked the field goal. It was 20-7 at half, and they come out and played much better in the second half. It cost a turnover. We had a big offensive series to start with. Cut it within a score. Cost a big turnover. Were able to take the lead. And then scored again, got up by 8, and then they scored one late, and we stopped their 2-point conversion, and then we were able to get a couple of first downs and end the game with the ball. So a great game, great atmosphere, great time for our seniors. CPA obviously a high-quality program. Has won, 4 in a row, 2A state championships in private schools, whatever it was. They got moved up this year. And so really big win for our program, really big win for our kids, and great for our seniors.
Couldn't have said it better, Coach. Ingle Martin runs that football program, and very successful program. It's not just a team; it is a program. They have been a threat, and they've got several rings. And he's kind of made his little spot that I'm gonna get in here, and I'm gonna bring my boys in. And the lines have always been tough.
Yeah, absolutely. They really good quarterback. I thought he was really good player at the quarterback position. They got a receiver that's committed to Alabama. They got the brothers there that have one at Vanderbilt right now. They got the 2 brothers on the team, very tough. They were huge up front. To be not a really big school, they had like 88 players or somewhere close to 90 players out there. It has to be half their boys at the school almost playing football. So. I was impressed with how hard they played. Impressed with the athletes they had, the size they had, and we knew it was going to be a challenge. This moving up for them has been a challenge to move up to a 3A in private school. But they played a ton of teams close. They beat the NBA earlier in the year. They played a unbelievable schedule. A lot of teams from out of state for the non-region games. So. We knew what we were facing, and our kids knew that, and it was good to see our kids just battle and find a way to win.
Where does this put you, Coach? Are you healthy? Are you good there? After a game like that.
Yeah, relatively healthy. We got you got dings and bruises and all that kind of stuff, but we've been blessed as far as the injuries, and we got some dings, but nothing that's really keeping kids out. We had one kid get a mild concussion, if there's such a thing anymore, but so he'll miss this week against Baylor. But we've been blessed. We haven't, knock on wood, we haven't had anything severe, and so we'll be ready to play when we head to Chattanooga on Friday.
Well, and you just mentioned it. You're going down to play another program, and that is Baylor. And I did get a chance to see the Baylor, a little bit of the Baylor McCallie game, and and they're big, and they got players from all over the United States. Let's make no bones about it, Coach. And from other countries. I think they got a kid from Puerto Rico. I think I'm not for sure, but I'm telling you, they got a lot of goons.
They got kids from everywhere. Certainly, they got probably 12 or 14 from Canada. They've got them from different countries, besides just Canada as well. But yeah, they got kids from all over. It's a national program, and I think they have 14 kids that have been offered Division I scholarships on the team, on the roster. Somebody told me that number. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one, but that's what I was told. But certainly they probably have maybe the best player in the nation in high school at their tailback position. Who's been offered by. I think he's narrowing it down to Ohio State, Tennessee, and Alabama or Georgia or somebody. I don't know. He's narrowed it down to those, but he's probably considered, if not the number one of the top 2 or 3 in the country. So it kind of starts with him. They have a talented quarterback in Briggs Terry. He's committed to Louisville. They got 2 receivers on the offensive side. One's going to Tennessee. I think that's a D-back. And the other one, it looks like, is probably going to go, I'm hearing, to Ole Miss. Big old line, a couple 4-stars up there. And so they're talented at every position. So we can sit here and talk about, all that kind of stuff. But I would like to say our kids are very talented at Knoxville Catholic. And some of our offers are kids that are younger kids, but, we have kids going a lot of places as well. So, it's not that we don't have really good players. We do. It's not that we don't go down there with the expectation of winning, because we do. We know how good they are. Who cares? It's a football game, and we know that in 48 minutes anything can happen, and we expect our kids to go down there and compete at a high level, and our expectation is find a way. Let's go find a way. And so it's going to take a great effort on our part. It's going to take a smart effort. Can't really turn it over. You can't have dumb penalties. You really got to limit those kind of things, and you got to find a way to tackle that tailback and make them drive the ball down the field and try not to give up a bunch of big plays, because that's what they hit people on all year long is big plays, whether it's the tailback position or whether it's the quarterback throwing it down the field to one of those talented receivers. So it is a challenge. It's one that as a football player, why wouldn't you look forward to it? And our kids are. We're looking forward to doing that and the playing there, and shoot, we can't wait.
And you just said it. The biggest games I love the most is, and it may sound crazy to some people, I wanted to play Owensboro. And to us years ago when we played basketball, Owensboro was the best. And, they pressed the entire game. And, sometimes, to compete against them, but we wasn't scared of them. And that you knew you had to go through them, Coach, if you was going to come out of the third region. So, that's the way, may sound nutty, but those games like you're talking about, that's the reason why you were in the weight room in the summertime or in last January and February is to suit up and have this challenge.
Well, that's the reason. I'll be honest with you. That's the reason why you come to a school like Knoxville Catholic, or we're going to play against Baylor and McCallie and Ensworth, and you can go through a whole list. CPA, NBA, all those teams. That's why you choose. From an athletic standpoint, that's why you choose as an athlete to come to our school as a football player. So, so here we are. We're sitting here 5-3. We had the one game that got canceled on us at the last minute. Should be 6-3, but it's a solid record. It's not what we want. We want to be better than that. But at the same time, it's an opportunity. If we win, we host a playoff game. We're guaranteed that. So we're we're playing for a lot.
That's big. Heck yeah.
We're playing for a lot. So we can't wait. Our kids seem to have that attitude, but we'll find out at 7:30 is when Chattanooga kicks off. So we'll find out at 7:30 on Friday night. But I would expect our kids to go down and be anxious for the competition, excited for the competition, and kind of find out where we are. Like, we have really good players. Let's go play like it. Let's play with confidence throughout, and let's go see if we can pull them into the deep water. Meaning the fourth quarter. Not too many teams have been able to do that. They've only had a couple of games that have gone into the fourth quarter like that, and one being McCallie.
Yep.
And another, Raven Gap, they beat by a point. I think Raven Gap missed an extra point or something at the end to tie it to go to overtime. But Friday night, Ensworth jumped out 14-0, ended up losing 35-21. Certainly high school kids, they're high school kids. Let's go see where we're at, and let's go play as hard as we can possibly play. And as long as we do that, I can live with the outcome. But it gives us an opportunity to win the game if we'll do that. So let's go find a way to win. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, and I was telling Will Kreisky this earlier today or yesterday, and I told Matt today, and we were talking and everything. And I was telling those guys, I was like, you may get a shot to play Maryville. The only difference is when you play Maryville is that they love to play the game, and how they love to play it is they may go on one count, they may go on clap, they may hard count 1, 2, 3. They're going to do everything they can to get you to jump off sides. They love playing disciplined ball, smart ball. That's how they want to frustrate you. That's how Maryville wants to play. They love the frustration game. That's what I was trying to tell them. It's not about brute strength. It's literally about, I'll go down 5 yards, exactly 5 yards, turn around, and the ball's going to be there.
Yep, true. When you get to this time of year, everybody's high-level players, and our league, every time we walk out inside our league, we know we're playing against a bunch of kids that are going to be playing on Saturday, and you do the same thing at the top of 6A. You do the same exact thing. You play against really good teams. Maryville's got a lot of really good players. So does Riverdale, Oakland, Blackman. You can go through the whole list.
Yep.
So all those games, this time of year is a fun, exciting time of year because you get some matchups, you get some really good matchups, and so for us it starts tomorrow night. I mean, a Friday night, going to Chattanooga, and man, I'm excited about to see if our kids can be as good as I think they can be, and this is one of those good tests to see where we're at, and it kind of leads us into the playoffs regardless, and so. We're looking forward to it. We're coming off a great feeling on Friday night, and we would love to, build some momentum on that.
Coach, this is our last show, but you were on the first one. That's what's so cool. So, this show, we did our first one in 2009. You took over the head job at Blackman High School, and that was a long time ago. But I told you I'd like to do a coach's show, and at first you probably thought it was, I don't know about this, but you stuck with me. And we've done it. I mean, we've done a bunch of them, but I can't thank you enough for always. You've jumped around some teams, but that's been the fun part about it. Is you've stuck in it, and I've stuck in it, and so. But I can't thank you enough for being consistent and being on Inside the Headset and basically being here for the start of it back in 2009 and carrying it up to where it is tonight.
Absolutely, Stork. It's always been a pleasure. It started way before 2009 with videos and late night video exchange and all those kind of things and PAs and all the way back to our Smyrna days, and but certainly it's been a fun ride, and hopefully it'll continue on in some capacity over the next few years, and but I appreciate it, man. I think you do a great job, and you've done such a good job with your game of the week stuff, and I get to watch those sometimes on delay, and so I appreciate it, brother, and you're good for high school football, and you care about kids, and that's what's made it so fun over the years.
Well, I mean, somebody asked me, how a kid asked me. We did the Riverdale Smyrna game, and there was a kid there from Smyrna, and we were packing up, and he says, "I want to be like you," and I said, "No, you don't." I started laughing. No, you don't. You think you do. You don't. And he asked me how I got into it, and I said, you young man, you're going to have to go cut your teeth. And, how I got here, that isn't where I started. I didn't just pop up here. I started off, I called youth football, and Gene Carr and Donnie Carter and those guys, and they needed somebody at the PA system. And, Jeff Childs was the one that Jeff Childs is the one that pushed me, to stay with youth football. And I got in 98, 99, 2000, and long about then, you gave the job to Coach Middleton, and Middleton had heard about me, and he was starting. So since he was starting as a new coach, he wanted to he asked me to be his PA announcer, and I came over to Smyrna, and that was my first freshman, and then I got to do JV, and Shipley was doing varsity, and then, I told you, I said, I'm filming. I'd love to film your games, and 2001, was my first game I ever filmed for you. We went up to Hendersonville. We took on. That's when Will Hoyt, right there before Wolke was a sophomore, Daniel Childs was a senior. And Glenn and Dale Brown, those guys was your guns. But and Wolke was a sophomore at the time. But the thing about I remember most was we were. It was right before the half, and Will Hoyt goes for he's going to try to break the state record. He's going to try to kick a 63-yarder, and lo and behold, Hendersonville Commandos went on and won the state championship that year. That was our first game.
Yes, they did.
And we won that game. You won that game. You won the first game I ever filmed. We won that game, and I think that was one of their only losses they got. I think
I guess you've been a good lunch charm all these years. I guess I need to have you around for some more. Maybe you need to start filming my games here. So anyway, it's been a long time, but it's been a fun run. Been a lot of good memories and all that through the times at Smyrna and state championships and all the way through the through Blackman, and it's been a good run. So I enjoy it, and anything that you're doing, I'm always supporting for sure, because I think you do it for the right reasons. I think you really care about the kids. So anything I can do along the way, just let me, I'm in line to do that.
Coach, I can't thank you enough for being on Inside the Headset. Good luck, and enjoy your trip down to Chattanooga, and go Fighting Irish.
Absolutely. Thanks, brother.
See you, bye.